Hi guys. Today we're continuing with our adding and subtracting rational expressions, but we're going to do a relatively easy type of problem today, so kind of a nice little break for us, and then we'll jump back into the more difficult problems starting tomorrow. Today's lesson is the last lesson that can appear on this Wednesday's quiz. So we do have a quiz this Wednesday, so make sure that you are caught up on all of your videos. Tomorrow's lesson will postpone for a different quiz, just because I don't feel like we have enough turnaround time to go over it. So make sure that you're caught up, and then let's go with today's lesson. So today we're starting these things called complex fractions. And a complex fraction is just a fraction that has more fractions inside of it. So you can see in this example that we have 3 fraction bars. And some things you want to look for is how long the fraction bar is. So the longer the fraction bar is, that has a different meaning than the shorter fraction bars. And then also how thick the line is drawn. So you can see right in the middle of this problem, there is a thicker drawn line, and it's also a little bit longer, not too much longer, but a little bit longer than the other fraction bars. So the smaller and shorter fraction bars, those are actual fractions. And then the thicker, longer fraction bar, that's actually a division sign. So when I'm saying this out loud, I would say 2 over x divided by 3 over y. Okay, so again, a little bit different because of where the fraction bar is, how long it is, and how thick the line is. So just be on the lookout for those clues to know where the division is happening. Now in this problem, it's not too complex because it's literally just a fraction divided by another fraction. So what we could do is we could rewrite it with a division sign instead, and then it becomes something that we learned last week. So again, 2 over x divided by 3 over y. Last week we learned that instead of dividing, we should multiply by the reciprocal, and then we get our final answer. So again, not too tricky today. The hardest part of today is just going to be figuring out like which of the fraction bars is the division sign, especially if there's not 3. So if there's 3 fraction bars, it's really easy to figure it out because it's just the middle one. But if there's only 2, then you got to really decide like which one is a fraction and which one is the division sign. All right. I mean, that's all I really have to tell you for today. So go ahead and try these 2 on your own. And, the second one only has 2 fraction bars. So again, use those clues to figure out which one's the fraction bar and which one is the division sign. And pause the video, and then we can check back in a minute. All right. So on the first one, again, I think it's pretty obvious that the middle one is the division sign because it's a little bit longer and a little bit bolder. On the first one, you do have to do some factoring because there's some adding and subtracting, so just don't forget to factor. And then here's my final answer for that first one. Notice that my final answer is still in factored form. On the second one, if we're using that same context clues to figure out where the division sign is, the division should be the first bar. The first bar is drawn a little bit bolder and a little bit longer than the second one. So if you're rewriting that first problem, it should be 4 over 1 if you want to, divided by x plus y over 3. 4 divided by x plus y over 3. You can write the 4 as a 4 over 1 so that everything is a fraction. And then here is my final answer. All right, guys, that's it for today.